Happy Monday, Sovereigns. Welcome back to another Magic Mindset Monday. I am super excited to jump into this because we're going to be talking about identity and why our body is not reflecting everything that we're trying to manifest up here. Tonight, we're having a real ass conversation. All right, I got all my notes here, so y'all already know we're about to get deep into it. We're gonna be talking about something that I see all the time in women who want to change their bodies and their lives, and it's the gap between what you say you want and how you're actually showing up in your day-to-day life. So, mindset is not just journaling and affirmations. It's how you show up in your day-to-day life. From the moment you open your eyes until the moment you go to sleep, what are the thoughts that are going through our brain? What are the habits that we have implemented? Who do you show up as? Who do you show up as to other people? Not just for yourself, but for other people as well. Is there a misalignment? So whenever we do have these misalignments, it's going to reflect in every other area of our life. So what does your mindset look like right now? And it's not just positive thinking, all right? It's the habits that we have placed, it's our standards, and it's our identity. So what do our habits look like when we hold ourselves to a higher standard? If we are manifesting being a boss ass entrepreneur, okay, we want to have our own business. And right now, maybe you're working like I was at a bank. Okay, what habits does a boss-ass entrepreneur have that maybe we're not implementing into our day-to-day life as like a bank teller or a relationship banker like I was? Okay, and let's say we're not just a boss-ass entrepreneur, we're a boss-ass fit entrepreneur. We got a body for days. So how does this woman become this woman? And it's through her daily actions. So how can we start shifting from here to here? That's what we're going to talk about through habits, standards, and identity. Your mindset is reflected in your standards, the way you train, the way you show up for yourself, the way you show up for your family, the way that you eat, and the way that you take care of yourself. That self-care is so fucking important, and so many women overlook it. I talk to my clients about this. I think more than literally anything else is how do we show up for ourselves and take care of ourselves? Because for the most part, my clients do a really good job of being on top of their training, on top of their nutrition. They will thrive in every other area except rest and taking care of themselves and taking care of their mental health. So we're going to jump into it because the version of you that has it all also takes care of her mental health and her mindset. So this is where women get stuck. They get stuck waiting for motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Let me tell you, with every single woman that has crossed my path, except for maybe a handful, motivation's gone in 3 weeks. Okay, we get the super excitement of jumping into a new program. We're super motivated. We're like, yeah, I'm going to do all the things and I'm going to jump into the gym 5 days a week and I'm going to completely upheaval my entire nutrition. And then they realize that maybe they set one, unrealistic standards for themselves because they haven't been that person before. And two, the motivation just disappears completely. Okay? That motivation is fleeting. We don't rely on motivation here. We rely on habits and building habits one baby step at a time. We don't go from 0 to 100. All right? That's not sustainable from anybody. What are we doing? We're not waiting for motivation. I can tell you that much. I see a lot women that start and stop, and they start and they stop. And they're kind of waiting for the perfect time, and the perfect time doesn't exist. The time is perfect because you make it perfect. My girl, Hannah, within the last month, she sprained her ankle real bad, had to be put into a boot. Did that stop her? No, bitch is still getting progress, let me tell you, because she did not wait for a perfect time. She didn't say, you know what, I sprained my ankle, I'm just not gonna do anything. Do we understand how ridiculous that sounds sometimes? We're like, oh, well, I have this minor inconvenience and I'm just gonna stop literally everything to take care of this minor inconvenience. No. You don't expect anybody else to act like that. Imagine if you're in your workplace and a coworker is like, you know what, I'm just not gonna work today because I don't have a good example. Because I cut my finger. So I'm just not going to work today. You would be fucking livid. You would be so mad. So let's make sure that the way that we uphold this standard for other people and their minor inconveniences is the same standard that we're upholding within ourselves. People are always looking for perfectionism. There is nothing perfect, okay? If it was perfect, it wouldn't be human. So stop looking for the perfect time. Stop looking for the perfect program and the perfect workout. It doesn't exist. You're going to make do with what you've got. We don't always have 2 hours to spend into the gym. I don't even want to be in the gym for 2 hours. And I have to sometimes, but hey, if I have 30 minutes like I did today, I'm still going to get a 30-minute workout in. If I have 20 minutes, I'm still going to get a 20-minute workout in. It might not be perfect. I might not do every single exercise that I had planned on doing. I might not have the energy to put in my 100% that I had yesterday. But showing up regardless is what's actually going to lead to the results that you're looking for. It's not showing up on those days that we're feeling 100%. It's showing up on the days that we're at 2%. Those are the days that matter the most. Because those days that we're at 100%, they're rare, they're fleeting. I think the last time I felt like I was 100% was like months ago. I wouldn't be where I am today because I was going for perfection with my workouts, with my nutrition. No, that doesn't exist. So stop expecting perfection from yourself when perfection literally does not exist. We just have to figure out how to show up for ourselves today and put 100%, whatever that means for you for today, right now. Okay? So at this point, I have coached hundreds of women in person and online, and the ones who get results aren't the ones that are motivated. They are the ones that find a way to make it work no matter what. If your ankle is in a boot, fuck it. We're working upper body and core for the next 3 weeks. Sorry, Hannah, if you're on the live, okay? Or my girl, Liz. Liz literally has 4 kids. She has a newborn, and she works a full-time job as a corrections officer, and she wakes up at 2 in the morning. Bitch, what? That's crazy. And she still lost 9 pounds in 6 weeks. Why? Because she figured out a way to make it work. And we check in on a week-to-week basis and be like, hey, this is what's working, this is what's not working. Okay, this isn't working, awesome. How can we adjust it? And it's a constant adjustment on a week-to-week basis, on a month-to-month basis, on a year-to-year basis. We are making adjustments. There is never going to be a perfect week. Get that out of your head. All right. Last but not least, my girl Destiny, who like literally changed her entire life overnight, in the sense that not with her fitness, because that's not sustainable, but she picked up and moved to an entire new state as a travel nurse and decided that this was going to be the perfect time for her to get in her fitness, because she's also a wildlife firefighter. Like, this girl is insane. So she changed her entire life, and it was like, you know what? We're just going to add more on, and I'm going to get as fit as I possibly can. And a bitch did it. She fucking did it. All right? I'm going to freaking throw in like her before and after, because it's crazy. She lost 18, 19 pounds in the span of 8 weeks. It was insane. This girl is so freaking committed. So we find a way to make it work. Was it perfect 100% of the time? You can ask her yourself. No, absolutely not. It was not perfect in any way, shape, or form. We had different things we had to work around. We had to work around weather conditions because it was freaking freezing and snowing, and there was no way she was going to be able to train outside. Like, we work around whatever. But the idea is that you show up no matter what. All right, so here's the identity shift. You have to actively, daily talk about becoming the version of you who has the result. This is going to be the biggest difference. If you can see, I have my vision board right back here, all right? Because I am constantly envisioning the version of me who has already done it all right? If you guys are on the live, y'all can see it. I don't have just a board, I have an entire wall, and it's still growing and expanding. So we have to talk to ourselves about the woman who already has the body that they want, that has the career that they want, the life that they want. We have to speak this into existence. You do not understand how powerful your words and your thoughts are. I had a little bit of a download, so follow me for a second. Oh, what is the line that I want to repeat? It's from the Bible. It's like one of the very first lines. So in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And if in the beginning, the first word was what created everything that is today, in whatever frequency that may look like for you, because I'm not here to preach in any way, shape, or form, then take that for what it is. Take it for how it resonates. But if everything was created from the word and from frequency, then the words that you speak to yourself and the thoughts that you have are also frequency. And frequency and vibration is literally what creates all. And your entire reality can be infected by one single frequency and one single word. So be careful what you say, what you speak, and what you think. Everything that you say, everything that you think, you can be the type of person, and I hate when people say, I'm just that type of person. But let's say that as of right now, you make a lot of like self-deprecating jokes. That shit needs to stop, because your brain doesn't know the difference, okay? It's going to make you feel like a piece of shit if you constantly laugh about yourself like a piece of shit. So please stop that. So that being said, I want to give you action steps that will change your life right now. Number one is going to be some ChatGPT prompts, all right? I have five ChatGPT prompts for you that are going to change your life right now. The fifth one is by far my favorite, and it's the craziest. So please stick around, because you're going to fucking lose your mind realizing how easy this can be, all right? So number one is we need to have a vision creation. I need you to imagine in vivid detail the life that you are creating, the body that you want, the career that you want, literally everything, relationship, the house, kids, whatever. Here's prompt number one. I'm going to have it in the description for you, so you can just copy and paste. You don't need to write this down. Describe a detailed day in the life of my future self who has my dream body, strong mindset, and balanced life. Include my morning routines, workouts, meals, energy levels, confidence, and how I move through my day. Can you see how powerful that would be? If you did that right now, it takes 2 seconds to go put this into ChatGPT and start envisioning your life. The goal is to create something so vivid that you can picture it like a movie in your head. And we're gonna play that movie on repeat. So number two, we can't just watch the movie. We need to experience the movie. We need to feel the movie throughout our entire body. So prompt number two, again, this will be in the description. Write a visualization of me experiencing my dream body and life in the present moment. Describe how I feel physically, emotionally, and mentally as I move through my day. How fucking powerful is that? So I want you to imagine how your body is going to feel moving just on a day-to-day basis. And then how is it going to feel with your workouts? Are you going to feel strong? Are you going to feel powerful? Confidence in clothing. How do you carry yourself? What attitude do you have when you walk into a room? Your energy levels. Are we waking up and having immense amounts of energy that you feel like you can just conquer the world? And the way that you speak to yourself and others. The way that you speak to yourself matters. If we are speaking to ourselves with words of harm and neglect, what do you think is going to reflect into your reality? And how are you going to then take that into your relationships? What other areas of your life is this affecting? So we're going to take all of that. You should now have a whole visualization and experience of emotions. And we're going to go into identity shift prompt. This is number 3. So who you need to become. This is the prompt. What habits, beliefs, and daily actions does the version of me with my dream body and life consistently practice? So that way we can start figuring out what habits do we need to start implementing now. And this is where the reverse engineering comes in, because now we've imagined our future self. right? We've imagined everything that she has already accomplished, all that she's done. We need to reverse engineer and take the steps backwards so we can figure out what we can implement right now. So prompt number 4 is break down the habits of my future self into simple daily actions that I can start implementing this week. What can you start with this week? I want to know. Please put it into the comments. What actions are you starting with this week? It doesn't have to be, and it shouldn't be, 5, 6 different things that we're working on all at once. Just pick one or two that we can start implementing right now. And this is the best. I saved the best for last. But we had to get through the other 4 in order for this to make sense. So now that you have all of this information, the last prompt is, if I fully stepped into my highest potential this year, what would my life look like 12 months from now? I want to know. What is your life going to look like 12 months from now? And speak it into existence. It's already happened. It's already done. I would love to hear in the comments what your life is going to look like 12 months from now. So I always tell my clients that confidence and discipline, they are not personality traits. These are things that we build step by step, repetition by repetition. Nobody comes out of the womb with these traits, okay? Nobody, well, if you have family that had these traits, then you can mirror them, and that becomes much easier, which is why some people find this easier than others. But if you didn't, like I didn't, then we have to take the time and initiative to do it ourselves. You cannot blame anybody, and that's a big thing that I want to cover. No one here is to blame for where you're currently at, but you do have full control of what happens next. So, who are you going to be? Who are you becoming? I really want to know. I can't wait to meet the new version of you. Every week you have an opportunity to reset. So, every day you have an opportunity to reset. Every hour, minute, second, you have an opportunity to reset. So, how are we going to show up for ourselves today? I can't wait to hear about your dream lives and everything that you guys are going to accomplish in the next 12 months. And then please let me know, while you're going through this, what part are you struggling with the most? Let me know in the comments. I'll be very excited to go through these and see how I can help. But that's it. That's it for Magic Mindset Monday. This was great. Thanks, guys. If you joined here for the live, thank you, thank you. This was great. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great night. Bye.